I think we all have been reading up about how delayed monsoons are leading to severe water shortages across cities in India. Mumbai has roughly 40 days of drinking water supply left. Reservoirs across cities are only 28% full. Monsoons are failing. And we are watching a country of 1.4 billion people run towards a severe water shortage. But do we know how to solve this mess and how to get out of it? For over 1,000 years, Indian communities built step wells, Baulis, Vaavs, Jalras across the country. They weren't just water storages, they were engineering marvels that stored water through droughts, recharged groundwater continuously, served as a community gathering space, worked in sync with monsoons and not against them. Chand Bauri in Rajasthan, built around 800 to 900 AD, could supply 5,000 people for a year from a single well. It was more than an infrastructure, it was a community. The British dismantled this very own water system that we had in place because they deemed it as unsanitary. They built centralized water systems focused around extraction and not sustainability. These systems served colonial interests but not communities. And so these wells fell into disuse and then abandoned. And fast forward to today, what has happened? We, in the name of urbanization, we have concretized almost all parts of the city, wherein we have replaced community spaces that were built around sustainability with places that drive consumerism. Cities have become islands of heat in middle of a farmland. This heat changes atmospheric pressure and wind patterns. It weakens monsoons, the very rains that sustain stepwells for millennia. Weaker monsoons means less rain water falling. When it does fall, it's in bursts, flooding streets and draining away, not recharging aquifers. So we created a system that rejects water, creates heat, weakens monsoons and depletes groundwater. It's a loop. Each problem creates the next, and we built it ourselves. But in the last few years, something remarkable is also happening across India. Communities are reviving stepwells, not as museums, as working water systems. In a Guardian report published in 2026, it mentions that water systems are being revived in Telangana, in Jodhpur, wherein they are no more functioning just as relics or places for people to visit, but rather actually used as water sources. If I still have you till here, something interesting has been happening in China as well. China saw this crisis coming, so in 2013, they launched sponge cities, 30 pilot cities designed to absorb water like a sponge instead of rejecting it like concrete. Permeable pavements, rain gardens, green roofs, wetland restoration. It works. Wuhan invested $1.4 billion, reducing waterlogging by 70%. By 2030, they want 80% of cities to absorb 70% of rainfall. It's impressive and the world is copying it. But here's the problem. India didn't need to copy China. India invented this. Sponge cities are just stepwells with modern materials. Permeable pavements. Ancient stepwells were made from porous stone that let water seep through. Rain gardens, stepwells were surrounded by vegetation that filtered water. Green roofs, temple tanks in Kanchipuram, integrated water storage with sacred spaces. What China built in 2013, India perfected that thousands of years ago. But what China did that was genius, they made it mandatory. They connected it to governance, they funded it massively. They didn't wait for individual communities, they made it a city-wide policy, and maybe that's what India needs to do.